first episode of our brand new podcast called Wasted. My name's Courtney.
And I'm Yasmin.
And throughout this podcast, we're going to dive into the world of technology, using it, recycling it, and making sure it just doesn't get wasted.
And breathe. Let's take a moment because we're very excited, if you can't tell. It's our first podcast, first episode, and yeah, I think we're just excited to get into...
Excited, nervous.
Help you guys out, share our knowledge, it's going to be great.
We're just going to let you know that there is no judgment here. We're here to educate you because we was in your position one day.
Yeah. And we're still learning as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're experts, but no, we're experts. So.
Yeah, don't even finish that sentence. There's not even a but in there. I suppose we should just sort of kick this off and speak about a little bit about ourselves and our company. Yeah.
Speaking of experts, so we're Compare and Recycle, and we're a comparison website. We've been helping people in the UK recycle their old gadgets for money, and we've been doing this for over 15 years. So yeah, we really know what we're talking about.
We know our shit. We know our shit right now.
Which is why we want to do this podcast. The reason why we wanted to start this podcast is because we felt as though there wasn't a lot of content out there speaking about, what we want to speak about. Mm-hmm.
Another disclaimer, this isn't going to be boring. There is a lot of fun things to come. Yeah. Exciting things ahead.
And if you find it boring,
don't watch.
Then you're boring. But yeah.
Let's start with the basics. Mm-hmm. What the hell is e-waste?
Excellent question. Mm-hmm. Let's start at recycling, the basics of recycling. When you think of recycling, usually you think about cardboard, plastic, cans, glass, things like that. But a lot of us, our minds don't really linger towards electronics, which is where e-waste comes in, electronic waste. Electronic waste is your batteries, mobile phones, tablets, laptops, earphones, headphones, basically everything that you can plug in. Anything electrical. Yeah. So basically the issue of e-waste is people aren't recycling them. Obviously a lot of people don't know that when you can't just chuck your phone in a black bin bag. Obviously in the past I definitely have chucked my old electrical toothbrush in the bin because I'm just like, well, it's broken or it's dead. There's nothing that I saw on the internet. Okay, that's a lie because I probably didn't research it. But I felt like the information wasn't readily available for me to be like, oh yeah, obviously I'll have to recycle my toothbrush. When we don't recycle our electrical items, it is really, really detrimental. It literally pollutes the earth. Can you imagine how many electrical important things are in our tablets. You can't just dash that in the bin. So can you imagine that when it's just, I don't know, in landfill, all of those chemicals and electrical wires just seeping into the earth, that can't be a good thing. So yeah, that is the problem with e-waste, and obviously it's happening globally.
I feel like we should paint the picture a second here.
Yeah, definitely.
Because for those of you that are listening, you're probably just thinking, oh, okay, so.
So what to do me?
Yeah, but if you think to yourself for a second, there is 6 million metric tons of e-waste every year in the UK alone. The UK alone, yes.
Wow, yeah.
And if you paint an even wider picture, that's 142 Titanic ships in weight.
Yeah, that's a lot. I thought you were at least going to say that's shared between two countries.
No.
And we're like this big. So can you imagine?
That's just literally in the UK alone.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to follow on from that.
Yeah.
That's shocking though, by the way. Let's talk globally. So in 2022, there was 62 million kg of e-waste globally, which is the equivalent of 1.55 million big truckloads of e-waste wrapped around the earth. Picture that.
And that makes
was
it even worse.
So imagine this year.
I kind of don't want to think about it this year.
But we have to
it's insane amounts.
Yeah.
Recycle your old technology. You can do small things like that to make such a big difference.
Yeah.
To the environment. We're Gen Z. So that other people are thinking, boring.
Yeah, 100. It always feels like it's our, as a generation, it's our responsibility to tackle this, or at least like start to, because we were the guinea pigs of all of these tech gadgets. Like I remember I just started secondary school and I was getting like, you know, I had my Sony Ericsson, and then like the iPhone came out, touch screen and all of this.
Blackberries.
And we like went through phones like constantly, like toilet roll. So can you imagine like now, like you can't just ignore that. Like what actually happened to all those phones? So
they're just being hoarded.
Yeah.
They're being hoarded.
And it's just going to get worse every year. So
I am a hoarder of phones. Well, I used to be.
Yeah.
Like I used to be such a hoarder of phones. I had like from my BlackBerry, my HTC. First of all, I'm one of those people that are like, they'll probably come in handy.
Oh my God.
Probably come in handy soon. Don't worry about it. I'll call someone up for that.
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
So and can you imagine how many other people out there are hoarders? Like
I know.
I saw a study online and it was 13 items are being hoarded. So 9 of them are unused but working and 4 are broken.
Like, what is the point? Like, no, but
especially
seriously.
the broken ones, come on.
I get like when I talk to, you know, some of my aunties and uncles, like I think people are nervous because obviously we can't ignore that there's all of our personal information.
Oh yeah, of course.
On our phones. So I think for some older people, they feel as though they need to like keep that safe. They're like, well, I can't sell that. What if someone... But it's like, mate, you can wipe that.
There's processes you can go, like, I mean, let's sort of plug in the website here. Before you recycle your phone, like we tell you what to do.
Yeah, we literally have blogs about it.
We have blogs about it. You just go on our website, have a look. There is steps to recycle your phone. So it's not as if like you don't actually know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And if you don't, there is Google out there.
Exactly.
There is there is websites. There is our website. There is our blogs. There is our social medias that tell you what you can do to take those steps.
Even like our recyclers that we have on site, like obviously we trust them and they also go through their own security measures to make sure that, you know, everything's cleared. So like you'll be fine. But again, I think it's just getting past that initial fear because it is all unknown, which is why we're plugging you with all the knowledge.
And not even that. I think the most basic thing you can say is like, what are you doing with your old phone?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't think that giving it to your parents, your daughter, your whatever is like a bad thing as such. But like, what are you doing if you are just leaving it in a cupboard? If you are just leaving it in your random drawer? Like,
don't be selfish. Like, if your sibling really needs a phone, obviously I'm not saying like, nah, sorry.
I can get money for this.
Yeah, I'm going to sell it. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying like, be mindful about it.
Do your part.
Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up on this planet, please.
You're like halfway there. You're here listening to us. You've come this far. Like, don't give up. It's not like it's actually not hard. Like, it's not hard.
Don't bin them. Don't just bin them and don't think anything of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't just think, oh, recycling. Oh, that's okay. I'll just put plastic in the recycling. It's all right. I've done my part now. 40 phones in your drawer and you've just chucked out 4. You're not, I mean,
make it make sense. So but what we're trying to say is like the decisions that you make, they do generally make an impact. It's important. Like, don't think that whatever you do, like, oh, I'm not gonna make a dig in it. Do you know?
You're in the right place.
Yeah. And what you do matters without sounding cheesy like it does.
Yeah, yeah. We're not trying to be those people that would be like, do this for the planet.
But we are. Do it.
In a good way, in a fun and exciting way. You are already doing your part in actually listening to us and being educated. You're taking your first step in listening to us and educating yourself and being here.
Yeah, exactly. See? Well said. Well said.
Yeah, you're already doing more than the majority that's out there.
I feel like we need to reflect. I can't stop thinking about those stats, like, honestly.
Oh, God, yeah. And there's plenty more where that came from.
Yeah,
there's plenty more.
I think it's a lot to digest. I don't know, I'm just shocked. Like, I just feel like that figure was huge for such a tiny country.
For the first episode, I think we've covered
I feel like we've covered a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's shocking us, then hopefully that's shocked you.
Yeah. Because, I mean, again, and I say this all the time, before I started here, I didn't know anything. I was that ignorant person that would like keep phones or throw them away. And now I see what it's doing to the environment. Just this little thing can have such a big impact.
Even just like taking care of like your electricals.
Yeah.
Like now I'm very like, So my fiance, if we've plugged in a charger, he'll just like sit on it, or like he'll be bent up, like pushed against this, and it's like, I'm like, oh my God,
Don't do that.
Straighten it out, don't break my wire. Because it's just like, just take care of your things, then you won't need to replace them as often. It is, people do feel like, oh, I can just buy another one on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, you can, but just try not to.
It saves you money.
Yeah, exactly. So just little like things like that. I just think, take care of your shit. Take care of your stuff, your
shit,
electricals.
guys.
Yeah.
This isn't spoke about enough, and it's such an easy topic to talk about, because what you're listening to us on now,
Probably mobile phone.
I hope it's taken care of, for one. And I hope you know what you're going to do if you
I
get
know
a new one.
someone's out there with their iPhone screen cracked up.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. No, joking.
Thanks for getting wasted with us. We hope you did learn something new today. And we will be back next week with another shot. Pardon the pun.
Is it though? We might have a shot.
We'll see where this goes, actually. So we will talk about what is the right thing to do with your old electronics. Nice to meet you all. If you do have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. DM us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, literally any social media that you have.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. And yeah, I do hope you have learned something new. So we will speak to you next week.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.